Hai, Assalamualaikum. My name is Abdul Muhammad Fahmi bin Abdul Razak. Today, my group present our assignment project. The project is Customer Limitation Counter. In this group member have Nur Farhan Azizi bin Kazali, Wanipa anak perempuan Anum, Nur Izdiha binti Mazdi, and the last one, Nur Hadiba binti Wan Abdullah.
Okay, my name is Nur Farhan Azizi bin Kazali. My matric number is B0221101998. Okay, the introduction is a microprocessor is an electronic component that is used by a computer to do its work. It is a central processing unit on a single integrated circuit chip containing millions of very small components. A microprocessor is an important part of a computer architecture without which you will not to be able to perform anything on your computer. It is a programmable device that takes its input, perform some arithmetic and logical operation over it, and it produces the desired output. In a simple word, a microprocessor is a digital device on a chip that can fetch instruction from memory, decode and execute them and give result. The basic of microprocessor is a microprocessor take a bunch of instruction in machine language and execute them, telling the processor what it has to do. Microprocessor perform three basic things while executing the instruction. The first basic thing is it performs some basic operation like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and some logical operation using its arithmetic and logical unit. New microprocessor also perform operation on floating point number also. The second basic is the data in microprocessor can move from one location to another. The third is it has a program counter register that store the address of the next instruction based on the value of the PC. Microprocessor jump from one location to another and take decision. Okay, I will continue with this project overview. This project is to design customer limitation counter system for premise application with presence of infrared sensor. Also, this project is to simulate a customer limiting counter system and then to carry out the functional testing of the system. Okay, I will continue about the project description. Okay, the project of microprocessor of our group is named customer limitation counter. Okay, customer limitation counter is a project that can be prevent the spread of COVID-19 by practicing social distancing. Okay, this project will tell the customer whether the shop has already reached its limitation or not. For instance, in this project, when the customer stand in front of the shop door, the sensor will detect their presence and green light will light up if the shop has not yet reached 10 people. If the shop has reached the limitation of 10 people, the red LED will light up and a beep sound will be heard. This means that the customer encounter red LED and the beep sound has to wait for their turn outside. However, the limitation can be changed to even more or less than just 10 people in the shop if the shop has a bigger or smaller space by changing the coding.
Assalamualaikum and good evening. My name is Nur Izdiha binti Mazdi. My matric number is B0221102002. Firstly, thank you Nur Farhan Azizi for your presenter. And now I will present about the project design. Okay, so there are 4 components that we use in our project. So firstly, we use embed LPC 1768. Second, light emitting diode LED. Third, infrared sensor. And lastly is buzzer. Next, this is about the function of components that our group use in project. So first is about the embed LPC 1768. which is ARM processor, a comprehensive set of peripherals that has a USB programming and communication interface. Second is light emitting diode. A semiconductor light source, it produces light when electrical current flows through it. And third, buzzer. Buzzer is an audio signaling device. It is a small component that can add sound or alarm in project or system. Fourth is infrared sensor. Infrared sensor can measure and detect infrared radiation around it. So this is project design that our group done, which is project counter limitation customer. In this picture, we connected all of components that we use on the breadboard. So I will pass to the one Nur Hadiba to present the flow our project. Thank you.
Hi, good morning to our lecturer. My name is Wanepa Anom. My metric number is B022110171. Okay, today I want to present about the block diagram for our project and I want to explain about the conclusion. Okay, for the block diagram, we have three parts. First is input. Second is IC, that is output. Okay, for our input, we have IR sensor or infrared sensor. Okay, IR sensor will send the information to the embed LPC176X, and then the embed will process the information. Okay, the information will go to the output. If the information is not correct, the red LED will blink up, and then the buzzer will turn on. And if the information that output received is correct, the green LED will turn on.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Wana Diba binti Abdullah. I'm going to present a schematic diagram and a flow chart. First, for schematic diagram is the pin of VCC of infrared sensor is connected to pin B in of LPC176H, while the out pin of infrared sensor is connected to pin P10 of LPC176H. Next, red LED. Red LED is connected to pin P22, while the green LED is connected to pin P23 of LPC176H. Last, for buzzer is connected to pin P24 of LPC176H. Okay, next, the flow chart. The green LED will light up when the circuit is turning on. Then infrared sensor will detect whether there are any person passing through of the sensor or not. The current status of infrared sensor will send into microprocessor. The counter will increment by 1 when a person passing through the sensor. The counter will stop counting when the count already has reached the limits, which is 10%. When the counter reaches 10%, the red LED will light up and the buzzer will make a beep sound. This indicates the number of persons go into the store has reached a SOP limits. Then this program will be delayed for 3 seconds. After 3 seconds, the program will going to repeat again. Next, I'm going to pass for the next presenter.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Abdul Muhammad Farmi. Now I will show the coding simulation. This is the program for our project. Firstly, the inquiry sensor LED and buzzer was initial setting by referring the GPIO table, and then pin cell 0 and pin cell 4 used to determine the function of each pin. FIO direction and FIO2 direction is used to determine whether we want to use the pin as input or output. Inside the start loop, the FIO2 direction will turn on the green LED if customer inside the premise, while the FIO2 clear will turn off the red LED and the buzzer. After that, the program will go to the sensor loop. Inside the sensor loop, the current status of the sensor will be obtained from the FIO pin, and then the current status of sensor will be checked by using AND operation. If the result of the AND operation is equal to 1, the program will go to count loop. Count loop will be operated as a counter. The value inside register it will be increment by 1. Each time the sensor detect there is a person go into the store, If the value inside the register is less than 10, the program will go back to sensor. As you can see, the value inside the register E has increment by 1. When the value inside register E has reached 10, the program will go to the limit loop. Inside the limit loop, FIO2 clear button of the green LED the FIO2 set will turn on the red LED and the buzzer. Then, the program will go to delay loop. Inside the delay loop, the program will delay for 3 seconds. After 3 seconds, the program will go to the start loop and repeat the program again. From this program, I will show how to click debug button to come out the ADC and GPIO. This is the process of the debug. That's all for our program simulation. The next slide is the video for our result simulation. Let's discuss this project. This project is successfully done after multiply of problem encounter. The first time code was simulated, there is an error appeared on the key programming software because the type instruction was not clear. Then it is solved by checking the program and run the code for the second time. Next, counter loop was wrongly and the value to reset counter was left behind. After noticing the mistake, make the initial value of R8 was entered on the third try or the problem step before it's solved. But a new problem is which the program finish execute, it does not start from the beginning again because there is no start loop in the program. Finally, the problem will solve. There are several benefits that we can get from this project. For example, in this project, the buzzer will make beep sound every time this shop has reached a limitation of people. So, it will make it hard for customer to disobey the standard operating procedure of SOP. Sometimes, through the limitation of people in the shop has been set, customer could still be confused on how many people are already in the premise. This customer limitation counter device could help them know how many people are in the premise immediately. That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, now for the conclusion of the project, the SOP to prevent the spread of COVID-19 can be practiced and ensure that customer can follow the rule. Also, the function of this system is reliable and accurate. It is easy to handle by any person because this product is easy to understand and does not require energy. Last, it can speed up the movement to customer, not be exposed in open and crowded place in a long time. Okay, that's all from our group. Thank you for lending yours and then spending your time with our presentation. Thank you.